Icon. Hello and welcome to this quick impromptu live stream thingy unboxing of the box I've already given away behind me. Right here. Yep, we're unboxing this. And as you can already tell, it's a Cyma. So hopefully there are some people on the stream. I'm seeing the number 2, so hopefully there's at least 2 of you out there. If I'm not one of them, hopefully there's one of you out there. Yes. So this box here. Now hopefully I should be able to switch to which one have I set it up as? Ah, that one. Yes. I have a second camera here which I can use to do some close-ups and show you stuff, but for the meantime let's switch back to this one. So yes, very, very big box. Hello Tom, hello, hello, hello. In fact, I think the shop that shipped it to me has said he might even get overcharged by TPD because it's bigger than he was expecting it to be when he put the order through for shipping. So I'll give everyone a minute to appreciate that it is actually quite a nice cardboard box. Definitely not falling apart. It has had some knocks and bumps, but this went missing in Royal Mail shipping for a week. So who knows what happened to it there. Anyway, that's enough of the box. It's a box. That's what you want to know about that. I'm just putting it somewhere where I can actually open it. First things first, we've got some paperwork in here. Holy crap. That is the Gunfire Testing. So this was ordered from Gunfire to a UK supplier and then out to me. External condition was checked, the hop-up unit condition was checked, and the magazine condition was checked. Yeah, so I actually opened this box up earlier just to have a quick check before doing this, and there's no magazine in this box. So I'm assuming Gunfire checked the magazine and then didn't put it back in. So I don't have a magazine, but this normally does come with a magazine, and I've checked with my UK supplier. He didn't see it and didn't have it. He tested this with his own mag, so Gunfire must have it, or someone in Royal Mail opened this, took it out. I don't know. But yeah, they checked that, and holy crap, that was a very consistent but very high 438 to 441 FPS across 5 shots. So hopefully there's actually a decent air seal in this. Also, I have no idea what to make of this. It's 8 pages of Polish, really. I don't speak Polish. Although I think this is just kind of a general thing that Gunfire throw in now. Hang on. I recognise one word. Oh, ASG calibres 6mm. Well, we recommend ASG BBs 6mm. But yeah, I recognise GBB. So Gunfire is obviously starting to ship it with extra information, but no use to me because I don't speak Polish. Also, we have a manual, but not for the gun I bought. This goes over in very broken Chinese, as you expect from Cyma, being a Chinese manufacturer. All the sorts of care you would do for an M4 style rifle. How to install batteries and handguards, which this one doesn't do. How to set the hop, how to adjust the stock, which this one won't need. Should have had to put it back in the box check. Yeah, that definitely should have had a thing. Oh no! Why? They've got to spray silicone grease down into the hop chamber. I mean, I get, like, yeah, that means BBs could roll better, but no. Actually, that's pretty good. Good instructions on how to clean your barrel and not to push it too far, and then all that sort of stuff. Anyway, I find like this instruction manual is not very applicable to this gun because a lot of it it talks about kind of older style trigger units, which this does not have apparently. So without further ado, yeah, someone's been playing, broken their own mag and borrowed mine. Luckily this gun comes with a high cap. I tend to use mid cap, so it's no big issue to me. Although if this happens to you, send it back to the retailer and get them to sort it out, or contact your retailer and get them to sort it out. Without further ado, I've been teasing it long enough. It's a big boy, oh, it's for a big boy gun. Yep. You may have seen this all before on Tom's channel. This is the Cyma CM009B, or the M16a1. I just noticed that's probably not the right flash either. Anyway, yeah, I've handled this for about a minute, 2 minutes maybe, and this is very, very impressive for the price I paid. I mean, this is £180, and I have handled some ARs before. I haven't really run ARs before. I'm not the biggest fan of ARs, but the classic triangular handguard, no rails, no optics, full stop. There's just something about that looks really nice, and I wanted to expand my repertoire of kind of Vietnam style rifles from obviously this bad boy. This is my L1A1, which obviously Anzac forces used in Vietnam. Anzac forces also use the M16, so thought I'd get one of these as well. Also, seeing as I do a fair amount of tech work on this channel, I thought it'd be good to get a kind of reference gun, and by reference gun I mean AR. And no Mark, I've not just copied Tom. I've been looking for an M16 for a while, and admittedly Tom did find these, but it looked too good to miss, so I thought I'd take the plunge and grab one. So let's quickly run over it. I might put it down on the table and use my other camera to kind of go over it, if there's enough bloody room, which there doesn't really seem to be. So we'll figure it out as we go along. So hello, welcome to Flicker Cam. Hopefully once I get it close to the stuff, it shouldn't flicker as much. Right. Ooh, look at that. How's that quality for everyone? Is that still very flickery? Ah, right, we'll go that way. That might do it better. So, starting off, A1 teardrop style, very nice. Also fixture a sling loop, and the correct style pistol grip. Now, I'm no means an expert in A1s, or in M16's AR platforms in general. So, if you want an in detail about what is and what isn't exact, go and check out Tom's channel and his reviews, well, his opinions on this so far. But overall, it's a nice metal receiver, metal lower, metal upper. There's no wobble to it, which I'm really impressed about, and I'm not seeing any major defects in it, which for the price, again, £180 for a metal body, I think it's pretty impressive. Let's just rack the bolt. Oh, this would be bollocks two-handed. Let's transition back. Right, one of the things I'm really impressed about, rack the bolt. What's that? Mock bolt. One, that there's a mock bolt in there, and two, it actually locks back, so you can lock it back and adjust your hop absolutely fine. Is this going to focus? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so you can get in there and adjust your hop without having to do that old style of kind of holding it back and getting your finger up in there. Nope, you can just get in there and do it nice and easily. Although this does feel quite loose, so I might have to put an O-ring or something in there to help kind of hold it in place. It might jiggle around a bit. And of course, bolt release, beautiful, love it. And it's those little things that I mean, you don't need them, but they're just nice to have. And there's something satisfying about just sending it home, even though there's no weight behind it. Also, I noticed Cyma does actually have some form of quality control, because that's a quality control sticker, which is nice to see. Now, being original M16, well, I say original, early style M16, None of this kind of ambidextrous control on here, so there is one selector switch at the back with your safe, semi and auto positions. On the real ones, I believe that this disc here is connected to your selector, so as you spin it will point to the right area, so you can see it from either side, but obviously this one it isn't. Although I do believe that's a separate plug put in, which is quite nice. It's nice to see that they're actually putting the parts in that should be removable pins and such, as opposed to just casting them into the body. That's a nice little touch. Again, your mag release, the standard AR style mag release, and Tom will no doubt shout about this. Oh, don't fire the mock bolt spring across the when the roof. That is very true. I've had that happen before. I'm very careful when I take these apart, covering up, making sure none of the springs shoot out all over the place. But yeah, as Tom is no doubt jumping enjoy about, you've got the proper right angle cut original. Oh God, what's this, takedown pin? Which, for those of you who are mechanically minded, right angles tend to mean break points and fracture points. So yes, this will be weaker than modern style AR receivers, but it's what they had originally, so that's all cool and gravy. But yes, this will be weaker, and they have actually gone for a slightly different style of back. So I think Tom's saying the A2, maybe A3 version, rear lower, to help with the strength there. Which, I mean, to be honest, your hand covers most of it, and from a distance, if you see someone walking along with this, you're going to think Vietnam era M16, not, oh, that back's a bit full, that's definitely not okay. I mean, close up, yes. From a distance, no. Right, moving up. The carry handle and integrated sights. Non-removable, so yes, that's very nice to see. And again, I'm not feeling any kind of defects in there, and it feels strong and sturdy. I'll be interested to know what kind of manufacturing process these went through to make these. Oh right, yeah, no, they don't do QC, they just buy QC stickers and stick them on. Okay, alright, yeah, I can see that. I wouldn't put it past them, to be honest. Now, I think the handguard is the only thing that I could see being a bit of a bugbear externally, because it does twist slightly, and you can quite clearly see the seam lines and feel the seam lines, but then again, I'm not sure about the real one, because the real one is two parts and will have join lines, but whether or not they've made them in such a way that they've got less of a rough seam there or not, that's an interesting question. What I am seeing there, which is very nice, is they've got a mock imitation gas tube. So for those who don't know about how ARs work, a lot of people say they are direct gas impingement, or they shit where they eat, which is not true. So what happens is you fire a round goes down the barrel, gas gets tapped off the barrel up here at your front sight block. There's a gas port, and then it gets funneled all the way down this tube, all the way back into the receiver. And what a lot of people think is the gas then just pushes on the front of the bolt, unlocks it. Actually, what happens is the gas is routed inside the bolt, where there is a piston, which is effectively the actual bolt, and the bolt carriage acts as two parts of a piston, then pushes the bolt carriage back, unlocks the bolt, cycles the gun. But it's very nice to see that even on this lower end AR clone, they've actually put this mock gas pipe in. I wonder if it's hollow or if it's just a solid rod. That'll be interesting. Moving forward, you've got your A-frame style front sight, and it is an adjustable front sight, and I believe it even comes with a front sight adjustment tool, so you can adjust your front sight for height and adjust your rear sight for windage, which is very nice. Obviously on the bottom of that you've got your bayonet connector and your front sling loop, and then you've got your birdcage flash hider right at the front. Oh good, Tom's got that too. for the silhouette, it looks pretty much perfect, which is what you want. So I mean, I think if I'm playing a Vietnam game and I'm walking around the bushes in Eversley and you catch a glimpse of this from 30 metres away, you're not going to think it's a modern M16. It looks, from a distance, like a Vietnam era M16, or even a Falklands era M16. You know, I mean, that's the other reason I got this. The A1 version of the M16 was quite prolific around the world with various different forces, including the SAS during Falklands campaigns, and I believe it was carried all the way up until maybe Desert Storm 2, or as we know, was it Op Granby? No, Granby was Desert Storm 1. Herrick was Afghan. Can anyone remember what the op is for the UK op for Desert Storm 2? I'm drawing a blank here. Anyway, I'll wait for someone to catch up in the comments on that. Now, Tom can correct me on this. I thought the A1 third flash hider was kind of solid at the bottom, but this looks to have ports pretty much most of the way around. Tom's also said about the handguards on the real ones are apparently worse. So, cool. I might have to pick up a real set. I've already been browsing for them. About 50 quid from Brownells, which I might do at some point. That's actually relatively cheap. Mid to late 90s for the A1 in British service. There you go, mid to late 90s, so that's Granby, Gulf War 1, Iraq 1. Cool. Right, what else was I going to talk about? Oh yeah, correct pistol grip. Doesn't have the little tab there, and has what was meant to be a sling loop but never got used as a sling loop, which is quite nice. And the rear sight is much like an FCA80, flip, 2 positions, battle sight, and then kind of your longer range, smaller aperture. And it's not just a case of it being a flippable, but exactly the same aperture. These are actually different apertures, which is very nice. Right. Shall we see how it sounds? Battery compartment is in the stock, and it is a very hollow stock, and gives you tons of space. Okay, cool. Other way around. So this is open all the way around. A2 is filled at the bottom, which kind of makes sense because then when you're firing low to the ground, you kick up less dust and make it less obvious where you are. I think. I mean, it probably doesn't, but that could be one thought behind it. So, as you'd expect at the moment, it's a mini TAM. I would like to see guns move over to Deans from the factory, or even XT60s. Deans, T-plug, same thing. But at the moment, mini TAM is the standard. So I'm going to go back to the box a minute. It comes with a nice little 9.6 NIM. Nothing wrong with that. It also originally came with a charger, but it isn't EU stamped, so my UK supplier took it and threw it in the bin because that's the right thing to do in that case. Plus, I have my own charger, and I highly recommend if you buy a gun like this that comes with a charger, you do the same thing. You take it and put it in the bin because it's not going to be a very good charger. Just to show off battery space size, let me grab some of my other batteries. What have I got in terms of size? I've got some long 7.4s here. These are kind of butterfly style, and then I've got a couple of 11.1 packs. So this is a 1600 pack. This is a 1300 pack. So I can happily chuck a 16.1 pack in here. In fact, I could probably get 2 quite easily in there. Yeah, I got a 2600 11.1 butterfly pack. I'll bet you that'll go in there no problems. That it should, because I used to run this in the SLR polymer stock. Yep, that fits in there no problems. Let's transition over. There it is, happily tucked in there, happy as lamb. There you go. So tons of battery room in this stock. I believe I could even get more batteries in there than just that in there. Anyway, seeing as we're on mini tam, I'm going to use the NIM that came with it, and I know it has been charged because it was used to test the gun. So let me switch back, and I'm going to take my glasses off and put a set of eye pro I have out. I'm going to grab my chrono box, big box filled with bits and pieces to stop BBs. I'll take the chrono out for a second. Ooh. Some of the stuff's falling about. All right. Put that down there. And just in case, it is in safe, and I'm going to point it in a safe direction. Get some snacks inside that bad boy. Oh, I could get a tactical Kit Kat in there. Ooh, it just beeped at me. That means it either has a random beeping unit in it, or it has a programmable MOSFET or something in it. I'm saying that like I'm shocked. I watched Tom's review, Tom's opening of this, and he has a MOSFET in his, so I'd be more shocked if it didn't have one. Right, batteries in, I'm on semi. That's clear. Oh, one of the things I'd like to point out, it's got quite nice wiring on it. Like silver coated clear thing, so you can actually see the wires. I find that, it's purely aesthetic, but I quite like that. Only thing is it kind of doesn't help with knowing positive negative. So yeah, micro switch trigger, let me just show that again. Quite snappy with a 9.6. Let's give it a burst of full auto. Not bad. I think that's quite respectable for a stock gun on a 9.6. It's not too fast. It's actually, I'd say, about right for an M16 really. You don't want it too uncontrollable. However, I'm probably not going to be using it on a 9.6. Most people nowadays are running lipos, so got my 7.4 lipo here. This is my mini tam version. And I've got a couple of mini tams because it's always useful. Also, it seemed to accept the 7.4, so that's all hooked up. Again, I'll try that in semi. Oh, that's very snappy. And then burst and full auto. So there, that's showing you, it sounds like it's snappier in semi-auto, but slower in full auto. That would be the fact that MOSFETs can, lipos can deliver more current instantly. So you get the snappy first shot, but lower voltage, lower maximum motor speed, therefore slower rate of fire. That's quite nice, though. Really, I think an M16 is probably faster firing than that, though don't quote me on that. So I'm really impressed with that. I'm really happy with that. In fact, do I have a chocolate bar to hand to hide? I mean, put in here. No. Damn. Anyway, shall I briefly pop it open? I'm actually quite intrigued. Oh, one of the other things we didn't talk about: correct profile barrel, thin barrel all the way along, or as it's commonly known, pencil barrel. So yeah, get some stuff. Right, let's take it apart. So it's been a while. Pop the front pin out, like so. And it should do that. Oh, what's stopping me now? Is it you? Ah, yeah. There we go. Oh. Whoops. Come on, hop. Come on, hop unit. It seems to have left it with the piston cocked, so let me just fix that issue. And whew. Wait, does it? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't pre-cock. I was being amazed at that pre-cocks. And Oh, that's a fancy little bolt release mechanism. Okay, alright, that makes a bit of sense. It's quite cool. I have to admit, this gearbox is looking really quite nicely made. There's a bit of crud on it, but I'm assuming that's because it's been opened up in some sweaty factory somewhere. I'll put this on the table, and if you don't mind, I'll switch back to Porticam. So, material quality, I'm not seeing like any defects in it. Sure, it's probably injection molded, whatever it is. Tom, you know what I'm talking about, injection molded metal style of cast. It's a cast gearbox. But it's nice to see that they've actually pre-radiused it, because this shouldn't have had any work done to it other than the fact that it had the spring changed. But yeah, pre-radiused, and it's actually got additional kind of thickening there to help with gearbox support, and by the looks of it down there as well. This is not a bad gearbox for the price. Again, flip it over. Same on this side as well. Excuse the mess. And as Tom pointed out in his review, it's got spacers there, plastic spacers, to help hold it in place. Die-cast zinc alloy. Yep. The least is coming from the same factory as the Spectre Orion. Okay. It's interesting. I thought the Spectres are starting to have quite a bit of issues, but is that because they're trying to throw gate asters and everything, and they're a bit tricky. That is really nice. Obviously, that's full cylinder in it, which you need for the length of barrel we've got. Plastic nozzle. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, the consistency on this, by the looks of it, is pretty good. I will chrono it in a second, actually. But just from a quick look at that, that's not looking too bad. It seems well spaced in the actual receiver. Nothing too out of place there. That's, yeah, really good. Right, let me whack the transition button. Cool. Shall I just put a couple of rounds of 2.5s through this just to see what it's doing? Actually, before I do that, here's our barrel. It's a brass barrel, very shiny hop unit. What's that? Is that actually metal, or are they just plastic, coated plastic? I'm not entirely sure there actually. Maybe it is metal. Hang on. I don't condone taking a knife to your brand new gun straight away, but in the interest of science, let's try a J-rig everything scratch test. No, it is metal. It's not. I thought it could have just been a plastic. They've just kind of sprayed to look like metal, but no, I've scratched along there, and it's camera. Hello. Hang on a minute. You gonna behave? Yes, no. There we go. Wait. Yeah, it's scratched all along the back, and it's still shiny metal, which means it is some form of metal, which is nice. Anyway, what else? We've actually cut a groove on to put an O-ring on the end of this barrel, which is a really smart thing to do, because that put an O-ring there, that'll help stabilise the barrel and the outer barrel and help improve consistency and accuracy. Another nice thing they've done is crown the end of the barrel. Oh, camera's having a bad time today. That's the wall. If I No. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. They've crowned the barrel very nicely. Again, that helps apparently with kind of the air pressure as it escapes. It goes out sideways as opposed to kind of warping around the BB and destabilising its flight. It's a bit dirty. It's not too dirty. It's quite matte. It's not a super shiny barrel, but a good clean out will help with that. Anyway, let's turn the hop partially on. Yeah, how much? A bit more than that. Yeah, okay. So that's roughly about what I'd expect it to be for a 0.25 BB. So that's good. Let's put that in. And it's also nice to see that they've actually glued a spring onto the front of this hop chamber. So it provides positive pressure back against the gearbox, which again helps with air seal consistency. Very nice. Ooh! So I was going to check. Boo! Boo! Looks like the gas tube in here is not a tube, it's just a solid rod. Which would be great if this was a 416 and that was meant to be a piston, but it's not. So boo. But oh well, from the externals it looks perfectly fine, and it's not actually needed for the functionality of an airsoft rifle because this is electric, not, you know, gas powered bullets. Not even gas power needs it, just real steel needs it. Alright, let's see if I can get this back together again. Drop that in, put that together. That still works, very nice. Right, let's put 10 rounds through the chrono and then we'll probably call it quits because it's half an hour until Tom's stream and I quite want to go watch that. And for this I'll use the NIM, and yes, I'll put my iPro back on. Now I'll probably do a teardown live stream at some point as well because I for one want to check the air seal in this, which I would expect to be pretty good, and then look at the MOSFET because I'm an electronics nerd and that's what I do. Got high cap 2.5s there. Going to switch high pro a second. Now on proper iPro. Going to get the box. Cool. And set that to 2.5s. Good. And we'll do 10 rounds. See how that comes out in semi. That's 10 rounds. And yeah, that's above the limit. Put one more round through. Turn that off. Oh, we have a visitor. Yep.
What's it look like?
An M16. Say hello.
Hello. No, show me properly.
Yeah, hang on, I'm just taking the battery out.
You told them about the Supervise patch.
The Super 5 patch? Oh no! I got patches. I got several patches. He threw a load in. Look.
It works?
3 patches every order. Yeah, seems to. Although it's pretty hot. That was chronoing between 335 and 340 with 2.5s. Bit hot. At least it's under legal limits. I just need to change the spring up. Here is Alice.
Which way do I lean? That way? Yeah, that way.
Come on in.
Side profile. You don't have to see me in it.
No, you show him the other side.
Oh.
Come over here and show him the other side.
Ooh. Oh no, I'm not very good at this. Oh, the camera's there. Oh, move your head. It's really long. Yay. And then, whee. Yay.
How's the weight?
It's really light actually, and I don't really like long guns, so it's not too bad. It's light enough that I could play a whole game day without a sling.
That's good.
I think it'll be alright. Well, I'm used to running metal. There you go.
If we do a Vietnam game, you'll probably run this one.
Sorry to interrupt. I will go back to my day. Fabulous. Enjoy.
Is that your opinion on it? One word opinion. Fabulous.
Fabulous.
Fabulous. There you go. You heard it here first. This is a fabulous gun for Vietnam.
Good.
Cool. So, yeah. Conclusion time. Let's be less blind. Conclusion time. Nice looking gun. Externals seem pretty decent. I'll do a proper teardown and look at the internals of it, and internals and the external parts you can't see. That makes sense to see really how good the make and quality of it is. But for £180, I'm pretty happy with that. And now I need to figure out how an M95 is generating 340 FPS with 2.5s. That's some air seal. Anyway, I'm going to call it